Thought it was a good game. Both teams were organized. Neither team was going to back down or give in. We knew it would be a little choppy at times because of their pressure. I thought at times we could have managed that better. Thought we were extremely organized all game. Made it difficult on them. Thought we had situations on the counterattack especially. Thought we could have done better a few times. We allowed them to get numbers back. We didn't capitalize at times in the second half. Thought there were several times we could have pulled the trigger or played an extra pass. We were a little unlucky as well on a few. First half, good save by Robles, obviously the crossbar. And they had a few as well. You know, Jake made a good save on the one time they got behind us, really all game. He came up big. So probably fair result, two good teams again, and that's 6 results for us on the road. So that's equal to 2 wins. And that's 7 games unbeaten. So we're in a good rhythm right now, and that's 2 clean sheets in a row. I told the guys, obviously, as you reach this stage of the season, it's important that you buckle down and defend well because games get tighter, and oftentimes it's one goal that unlocks it. We weren't able to find that goal, but neither were they. And if you can't find the goal on the road, you buckle down and you get the point. So we'll put that in the bank, and that puts us level with, I think, 3 teams. And, you know, like you said, it was a slow start because of injuries, but we're in a really good rhythm right now, and we're right in the race, firmly in the race. Yeah, I mean, any good coach will tell you you're only as good as your players. I'm a really good coach with really good players. So with Reggie in, and he's missed over half the season. So these things get lost in the shuffle. Darlington missed 6-7 games. Diego Valeri's missed 4 or 5 games. So we've not had a full squad. We lose Darren 30 seconds into the game. But ever since we signed Liam Ridgewell, our overall track record defensively has been outstanding, and he's a big part of that. His ability to lead the line, communicate, and just his quality in general.
How big a loss or impact was it losing the speed of Maddox early on? What adjustments?
Yeah, a big part of our plan today was to play on the break. We felt through Maddox and Luka that we could find some space. So we lose one guy that that would have brought some of those things. So it kind of changed a little bit our effectiveness. But Luka still found some time on the counter, some space on the counter. Sorry. I thought Gravoy came in and did a good job. Gave us a little bit of a different look in terms of keeping the ball. And I thought when we moved him inside underneath, Adi and shoved and slid Darlington on the left, we really were dangerous, and I thought we'd get the goal. But like I said, I thought you have to give New York credit. I thought they were really good at kind of defending the counter. And, there have been some games that I've watched before this season where that hasn't been the case. So really it's a credit to their defenders for putting out those fires on the break. They did a nice job with that. I thought Perenelle coming to the game was a nice addition. He's a smart player.
How do you feel of Charlie Nagy's performance as you get back to the international break? And what do you think he's improved, or what did they learn from that experience?
I think anytime a player goes into the international level, they're thrown in that ocean. It's a new ocean, and there's new sharks, that make you play a little quicker and run a little faster and think a little quicker. And, I think his game improved. He's always been an extremely talented player. But I think going into play with the best players in our country probably opened his eyes a little bit how good he is, because no doubt he fit right in. I think coming back, he's still getting fit again because he didn't play. But he's really confident. He's a great player.
Time for one more, please.
Caleb, can you talk, I know you mentioned you were pleased with the organized defense, but can you talk a little bit more about this back four and really back 6 tonight, how far they've come and some things that you saw?
Really it's all 11 guys. You defend from the front, and last 2 games we've been picking teams up more in the middle third. We really, worked a lot on, kind of pressing in that middle third. There's basically, the way I see it, 3 ways to defend. You can press high, middle, or low. And there have been times where we've dropped off too deep and invited pressure. And I think a happy medium for us on the road is to kind of squeeze in that middle third. And we wanted to defend narrow and look to trap them wide and take away their middle, because they're pretty clever the way they play with little wall passes and combinations through the center of the park. And I thought they were able to get through us a little bit, but never really unlock us for that pass to spring guys in, except for the one. So I thought we did a really good job of taking away their middle and making it a game where they had to serve, and then we gobbled up the crosses. So it's a credit to the guys how they played, but it's not just the 4 or the 6. It's the 11, the 10.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll open up questions, starting over here with Christian.
Jesse, can you give us an update on Gideon Bob, what his specific injury is, and a little bit of an assessment on Damian Peronel, probably playing a little bit longer than you had imagined?
Yeah. So Gideon, it's the same leg he injured in Columbus, and so he felt something. We're not sure exactly what it is. We're evaluating that as we go. And then, Damian had to come on earlier. When we put Damian on the roster, we said, there's a chance that if something happens in the 10th minute, then, you have to be prepared to put Damian on the field for 80 minutes. It wasn't the 10th, it was the 20th. But I think, first of all, that him getting to play some major minutes against Club America meant that he was closer to full fitness and game speed. And so overall, man, came in and did really well. To go against those attackers and to deal with Adi and on a day where it's a good attacking team, was really happy for him, and now he starts to look like himself. So that was really great.
Hi, Jesse. With Lloyd Sam having been traded, this would seem to be a big opportunity for Verone today. How do you think he did?
Yeah, he was dangerous at moments. So, I thought, he helped put a play together in the second half. You know, he had a couple plays in the first half where he's now on the move and going at guys and creating some danger. You know, we switched from a 3 to 2 to try and give him a little bit more clarity up there as to how to move around. That's just the challenge, is just continuing to fine tune tactics with him on how to move. And you know, I felt that moving from the 3 to the 2 helped us a little bit with our press, because with our 3 we weren't able to really. Ridgewell was able to get his head up and start playing balls forward and playing through us. So you know, but all that being said, you know, overall on the day, you know, we have a lot of sort of half chances. We have a lot of chances. We kind of create a lot of advantages and opportunities, and we're just not quite good enough on the day. So, you know, I'm talking with some of the guys afterwards. Do we think it's a little bit of confidence, or do we think it's a little bit of sharpness? Is it a little bit of both? So, you know, we've got to still now have a real belief in our team that even when things aren't perfect, that we can push hard to at the end of the game get a result. And overall, I thought the last 5-10 minutes we did that, but thought we could have made a bigger push earlier on in the second half than we did.
In front to Michael.
Yeah, Jesse. With that previous question, you talked about confidence.
Yeah.
How much are you fearing that it is a loss of confidence, and how do you bring that back? And I also have a second part. What do you think about the quality of play of the game for your side and Portland as well?
Okay, the first part, you know, after we had some tough results, we came home and we had a game against Chicago, and we played really tight. And it was kind of like that, and we wanted to be cautious because we didn't want to, you know, when you play some of these teams that their attacking players cheat a little bit and they're very explosive, we can't just now be thinking about attacking without thinking about also, if the ball turns over, how to defend. So it means that we have a little bit tactically a little bit more cautious of an approach, and then it means that, you know, maybe we don't get going in the game with enough movement and ideas with the ball and aggressiveness. The game overall, a little sloppy. Right? Not sure why, you know, the field was a little heavier, and not a lot of times when we play at night, the ball moves a little bit more, so the field was a little dry, and so there wasn't, the connections weren't quite there like they normally are. But again, I think, you know, for us to get a shutout in a game like this was really important, to play against a good team and get Damian back on the field, and now for that to be can that be a starting point and a hallmark of what we do as a team from here on forward, is just not giving up goals. So that part was good.
I mean, Coach, you sort of alluded to this and talked about it already, but when you only score 2 goals in the last 4 or 5 games, how concerned are you about that trend right now and about the offense as a whole?
Yeah, you know, in different games, it's for different reasons. Tonight, we certainly, I think, create enough, you know, moments where there's something that is really close to coming off and just don't pull off the final play, whether that's the pass or the finish. You know, it's to be this point in the season and not have that quite firing is not what we would expect, but you know, we're not going to get anxious about it, because I know that we've got really good attacking players that on any given day can make a lot of plays. So just trying to, you know, get this thing going again and get this thing back on track, and we've got to use tonight and Wednesday as a way to get our season going again.
Over here on the right.
Yeah.
Jesse, how frustrating is it to go into the Copa America break red hot and then just hit a wall for goal scoring?
Yeah. You know, I said at the Copa America break that our team needed a break physically, and we did. But then the season picked right back up, and it was just game after game after game. The summer days can seem really long sometimes, and the heat can hit, and then, you know, but today I thought we actually had our legs and just couldn't quite get the final play right. So we'll get this thing going again. We'll get this going again. I'm not concerned about that.
In the back.
Jesse, with regards to Lloyd Sam that got traded, and Alex Mule seems more in his line with speed as opposed to Gonzalo, who's more of a ball control. And you said you were happy with Gonzalo, but is there any look at maybe getting Alex in there to see if that replaces Lloyd's
Yeah, I
what
think
Lloyd brought?
we feel really good about Alex, and also we think Gonzalo's an important guy around here, so we're trying to get him going. Listen, when Alex came in the game, he helped, no doubt. I thought the game really started getting going, and he found good moments, and he was aggressive around the box. So we know what we have with Alex, and yeah, it's for me to try to get the balance of who to play when, what matchups we like, how to get the most out of each guy, and then how it fits within the overall group. So. It was a discussion on Gonzalo or Alex. We like both of them, and again, I think that both can be good at the start or off the bench.
Take two more, Franco and then Dave.
Jesse, why has Gonzalo had such a tough time getting going here? If you look at his numbers, that hasn't been very productive. And just going to the formation, at the beginning of the year, you said that's something you guys wanted to do and to evolve as a team going into this year. Where do you guys stand in that process?
Yeah. Well, with Gonzalo on the field, there's a better ability to have flexibility with our tactics and if we play with 2 or 3 up front. We started with 3, then we switched to 2, and I thought actually that got us going a little bit at the end of the half. Then the first half, you're trying to see if we can put a little play together, and then also went back to 3 to try and get Sasha a little bit more and Alex on the move. So, and then at the end we put a bong in up high to think maybe that's some of that, and Brad can help create something from a wide spot. So, trying to figure out ways to unbalance teams, to look at matchups, to tactically make little adjustments so that it can help the game and have us get better and ultimately unbalance the other team.
Coach, what was the thought process with subbing out Gonzalo in the 70th minute? Was that pre-planned? Was that something that you had already arranged? And secondly, Lloyd Sam was a very popular player, not only with the fans, but within the locker room. Do you think it's going to take time emotionally and tactically to make up for his loss?
No, it wasn't pre-planned with Gonzalo. We just felt at that minute that's what the game required. With Lloyd, yeah, it may take some time. I've said publicly that I really like my relationship with Lloyd, and he is a great personality and a guy that served this club in a big way, right? And so, I'm hopeful that. I think the group understands why the move was made, and now it's up to us to take it forward from here. So wish Lloyd good luck in D.C. Was watching last night and was actually hoping he'd get in the game, and he didn't. Saw he's number 8. Some weird feelings about seeing him in a D.C. United jersey, and but overall, we wish Lloyd the best.
Thank you.